I can't even tell you the challenges I'm going through right now. Like, oh my God. What is that? Oh my God. Oh my God. You just got powered through. You just got to keep on powering through. This is mental. It's mental. But I guess I was on to something yesterday about that fire I saw. Like, I assumed when I saw it that it was something major. I mean, you just picked up on the vibe. And then now I really think the video that I saw, was it the fire starter? Or was it the guy who called it in? Like, I don't know. Like, if I saw a fire like that, I don't think I would be under the bridge going around filming it. Another weird thing is, like, how in the hell do every single time that someone finds a dog or a cat hurt, that their automatic thing, let's get the camera out, let's make sure and film it. I can't, like this one I just saw, this little tiny rat-looking dog, all wet and cold, all shriveled up, sitting over somewhere. What do you see coming up to it? Here comes the camera. And then I just get up, oh, little dog, are you okay? You know, it's weird. I mean, it's literally weird. It's like people don't know how to live anymore. I'm kind of creeped out. Hold on. I feel like this thing keeps tipping. Yesterday, I did a few TikToks. Oh, because I got to talk about that. And and every time I would do it, I'd find myself going, because the thing kept going down. I'm trying to follow it. I was like, put it back up. These things are just chintzy as fuck. Let me think for a sec. So, TikTok, not only you see 10 zillion of those retarded videos, I think it's wacky, man. I think it's wacky. I think it's wacky how people don't know how to function anymore without trying to go viral. Like, what the hell? And so my mom messaged me yesterday sometime in the afternoon. She sent me a couple of Twitters, a couple of X's, tweets, whatever the fuck they're called. And she sent me one that was, I think it's in New York. I don't understand what the deal is, but it's like this big post thing sticking up. It had a whole bunch of different flags. And so this person climbed up and ripped off the flags except for Pakistan or something. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm saying the right flag. Like, I don't know if it's Pakistan, Palestine. It must be Palestine. But they keep saying something about Pakistan in the map and stuff. I don't know. There's so much. I'm not gonna worry about it. Jesus Christ, I saw somebody have a whole fucking map out there the other day. It was a video, so it's a whole map, and they're asking people where places is because nobody knows geography. So that's why I'm not gonna. I feel like I probably know it a lot better than a lot of people, but I don't know every single one because I like looking at maps and stuff. But I mean, there's people who don't know anything. Like, you put up all of those things, they don't even know what a country is. No, maybe it was a country. It seemed like he said continent. He said, can you name one of the 9 continents? Or can you point out one of the 9 continents? But maybe he said country. But she said Mexico and was over by Russia. So people don't know what the things look like. I don't know what they taught in school. I barely paid any attention in school. The things that I always know is just because things I've been interested in, especially since the flat earth thing. But I don't know. There was some point in my life, probably somebody said something, well, you don't even know where blah, blah, blah is. So I was like, well, I can't be that stupid. I better start looking at the map. Seems like that was something back when I was younger. So I started looking and trying to see, like, okay, where are all the states? Where, you know? But that seemed like it was a challenge for a while for some of us. Like, we would try and name all the states and figure out, like, that was just kind of a thing. I don't know. that was back when I was younger. So I don't know, that challenges get put on again. But anyways, so this camera thing, I've seen some crazy footage, man. Like these people with their flags trying to bust into, I thought I said Grand Central Station on one of them, and they had closed it off and they were not letting them come in, and they were trying to penetrate the thing or something, and then also at the police station or something in New York. And the protest I saw seemed whacked. There's one guy, I saw him showing this one, and it was all on this side is all these flags, and they're just walking around all over in the street. They're all just standing around everywhere chanting. There's this big giant car that somebody painted, and it said, "We are all human," or something, "stand together," but it was in their flag, the other flag, which they keep trying to do this, but those people wouldn't stand with us. Like, if we went into their country, like, and started trying to do this stuff and say, "We're part of your country here, let's put our flag here," they would fucking kill us. Like, what? It's weird because, so, my mom sent me that, she's like, "I'm getting scared." And like, this is treason. Like, I don't think that these people who are involved realize what they're doing. Like, I don't know if I am whacked out or something, but the flag was to represent your land. So that's why every land has their own flag. And that was like all the way back when, when I swear, when I saw this about this stuff was in like king and queen kind of days, well, we're still in that. Oh, I'm talking about like where it was, where they were fighting more for the land. And it was like knights, and, they would put out all their soldiers to go out and take land and stuff. But that's what they did it, was with the flag. And then they would have to fight. And then whose flag remains was who had the land. And the flag is all representative of whose land it is. And so all these people, I mean, there's all these SJWs, because I don't know what else to call them. They're injecting themselves in other people's battles so that they can represent themselves as a good person. They're so caught up in, I gotta be a good person. This is what a good person does. A good person is this, a good person is that. Good person is a lot of things to a lot of different people. Sorry. But, hold on, I just made this. I had to put him back into the crate. He's spending a lot of time in the crate lately. I've got a lot. Oh man, I have this book. There's just, man, there's a lot right now. A lot. I'll tell you one thing. If nobody has been with anybody who's in a crisis before, like, be prepared. Be prepared. Because you have no idea what's coming. No idea. I did. But I wasn't, it's hot. But everybody needs to be prepared. Because when these existential crises happen to everybody, oh, it's crazy. Especially for people who are so confused, So, fuck, it's a lot, man. So, anyways, so what's madness to me is when I see these people with these flags out here doing that. I think I said that a few days ago. It's just so strange. They go up there and they, there's more defaming of these statues, I guess, going on. I'm not sure what all. I think even maybe one has been pushed down on somebody or something. I just hear stuff that other people are saying. I didn't see any footage about that. But the people out there climbing up on these things and then taking them and putting in these other flags, that is representative. And it's like these people don't get it. And if you are going on your land under your flag and you're going with the other people and putting their flag on your land, And that's not just like hanging up a, like they made a lot of whack shit on the flag thing. You know, like, oh, these people stand under a rainbow flag. So I think they got people's minds twisted about what a flag is. Like they think like you just go out and it's like, well, I'm standing with this flag because, you know, I stand with whatever. And it's like, but the flags are different than what you were making them out to be. The flags are what they use to claim land, is claim they're under this government, under this regime, this is our land. So we have people on our land right now who are pushing that this is their land, and or it's like a takeover kind of thing. And so then you have some of these vets now who say, well, it's time for us to get out on the streets and start taking our land back. And I don't even know if, like, I don't know, maybe I'm whacked. I swear to God, but that is what the flags represent. Just like there's, you know, those what are those called? They're like these emblems, these emblems that people would have. That was their family thing. Like I'm sure that there's one of mine from Scottish, and there would be like these. I don't know. They're like a badge kind of, and they have like 4 things, and they have these things in there that represent it. And why was I talking about those? Because it like represents groups or something. Like you couldn't just go and have somebody else's. It's their family crest. I think it's called like a family crest or something. So it's like when you go and you search back to that kind of stuff of like what was the flag? Why'd they ever come up with a flag? What were they using flags for? And then why over here the lady went and sewed that flag? And this represents us. This is our flag. It has our stars. It has our stripes. This means something, and this is our land, and this is our flag, and we're under this flag. This flag represents freedom. This land is of the free. And then you have these people coming in, oh, no, land is this, you know. And it's like, that was war in movies. That was war back then. Even when you put it in, that meant you won. And so if you took down someone else's flag and put yours up, that was like, because now you were in charge. And so this is weird. It's very weird to watch this going down and to watch these people participate, because I'm positive that's treason. I feel positive it is. Like, that's going against your own country for another country. And it's like, but they don't know the rules or something. Like, they don't know. But that's why it's kind of like you need to look into things before you go do things. Like, you need to have more awareness. You need to have deeper understanding, not just be reactive and follow along with a crowd. I think is some lessons. I'm just kind of putting it out there. This is where I kind of see it headed. But, you know, and I'm sure there's going to be some CCTV. There's going to be some trials. Like, they're going to pull some of that in there. And I don't know if some of it's going to just really get people to understand the seriousness of it. Or if there really will be people who will go down. Because I know there was already some of the B and some of the Tifun, those people have already been gone to trials and stuff. I heard that a while ago. There were some of those that already were on trials. So they have all these cameras around towns to spy on us. And everybody's got cameras because they're all paranoid. And so everybody's got cameras everywhere. And so all these cameras are going to catch a lot of these people. Like in the last riots, they were pulling in all sorts of people that were caught. And I don't know what their charges were. I just know the ones of the 1-6 that they were, that was all illegal because they were against the regime. So yeah, that's weird, huh? How they could pull in the ones that are for it and put them on trial. But that must have been how it's splitting, because Trump was saying anybody who has messed with those statues, that's like, I don't remember if he said that was the death penalty or life in prison. It was extreme. Maybe it was 10 years. I don't know. It was extreme. And so they were pulling in some of those people. And so maybe they got 10 years for doing some of their shit. I don't know. And then I didn't follow along all the cases. I would just see them get pulled up and see their mug shots. Their mug shots were wild too. It was very, like, you could tell what side of the aisle they were from. No doubt about it. And so then, oh yeah, and another breakdown. Okay, so there's a new breakdown in the social groups that have constructed in our society. Is now the gays have turned on the non-gay progressives, I guess, or we're just, I don't know. I think probably most of the progressives wouldn't just classify themselves as just straight ass heterosexual. So because this one video, this outspoken, I don't know, kind of flamboyant kind of guy. I mean, he's obviously gay. And he's talking about the worst people, these angry purple-haired people. And then somebody stitched that, because the Stitch Wars were on, baby. And it said, hopefully now you guys see, these people don't support you. All you people running around with their flags and stuff, they don't support you. You're giving your alliance to these chauvinistic pigs and stuff. So it's a breakdown of society. It's a breakdown of all these people. Well, this is my group. These are my friends. It's like, well, are they? Are they really? That's what everybody's got to come to terms with. And it's all going to lead to an existential crisis. And it's already going over in here. So fucking be ready. It's a book, man. So, I can't believe it's already 17 minutes. And if you look, I gotta be talking really quiet because, you'll see. You'll see. Once it starts happening in your house, you'll see. Okay, let me think. So, we got the craziness with the flags that, I gotta sit back and get more comfortable. I feel like I'm sitting on edge, and that makes the time go way slower. So, see, I just had to go. I had him sleep in the crate last night because he just would not stop. And he keeps, just as soon as he goes out, he busts out the yard. So then he has to go in the crate. And right in front of me, too. Right when I'm saying, don't do that. And he'll just, go to the other side of the fence. And just, it's like, oh my God. So then, and keeps going in these other people's yards who have dogs. And so, he's blowing my fucking mind up. Just like this morning, so I get him out of the crate. And I go take him outside. And it's like, I don't know, 2 in the morning. And I go take him outside. And he does a long pee. And I'm like, oh, cool, man. That's good. The crate. I should probably just have him sleep in the crate every night while he's a puppy. Like, what are you thinking, Kelly? Like, that's normal. Lots of people have their dogs sleep in the crate even when they're adults. Especially if they're young and tearing the fucking house up all the goddamn time. And so, I'm having this conversation. And I go take him out. And he does this long pee. Bring him in. And get their treats. And then he starts running around, irritating Stella. She wants to go back to sleep. He's wild, runs over and starts peeing on the fucking thing. So he's back in the crate. I'm sweating, Oh my God. It's crazy because he's super, super smart, which I just ordered him a smart toy. So hopefully that'll keep him busy. Because then you get treats out of it if you try and figure out the thing or something. So I got him one of those. So hopefully he'll do that. But it's like he's super smart, but his excitement overrides everything else. And so that's got to be that puppy excitement. But fuck, it's extreme, man. I don't know if it's just been so long for me. But I saw somebody else who has a puppy right now, and they were like, fuck, I did not remember puppies were like this. And I was like, God damn, girl. No shit. Like, this is wild. I haven't had a puppy. And then And then I started, he did something yesterday. I was like, Winston, is that you? Are you back to give me this kind of hell? Are you fucking kidding me? And there's Winston. And then all of a sudden I remembered Winston as a puppy. And I was like, he ate the walls, he ate the furniture. And then Lucy ate all the fucking, all my furniture. Like, so I've had wild, out of control puppies, but when everything's been calm for so long, and then it gets to a point of boring, and you're like, oh, what are we gonna do to shake this up? Think hard, think hard. Sometimes the dark part is like, oh god damn, so overwhelming. I gotta keep reminding myself, okay, this could be just months. It could be months. He's gonna calm down. He's gonna calm down. And I got to get more on the training, but there's a lot of pulls on me right now, a lot of pulls. So it's just, I don't know. I keep having like overwhelmed. I have to care for my own mental health. You know, somebody in crisis can suck the energy out of you. Do you have nothing? Like, this is very much a test on my boundaries. You know, I've got to constantly be. You know, there's just certain things we can't fix for other people. You know. Most things. I mean, basically everything. There's nothing we can really fix for anybody else on the inside. It's everybody has to do it for themselves. And it's very overwhelming when you don't know how and stuff. So, but anyways, so let me think. So have I covered all of that? In the fucking hell weather here. Oh yeah, and the loud noise yesterday. My old ground is just giant ass leaves now. Green ones too, not even orange ones. So some giant ass, the maple tree leaves over here are bigger than my head. They're huge leaves. They're like this. And one I even framed. It was so fucking cool. They're just huge. And my whole ground is covered with them. It's like, oh my gosh. And it just keeps pouring and pouring and pouring. And then when I heard that loud crash, I wasn't sure what it was. And so then when we went out, there was a little bit of light. And all of a sudden I saw, oh fuck, my gate's open. And the dogs are out. So I run over there and try and shut it. And he's way faster. He's like a fucking leopard or something. I swear to God, I can't believe how fast this guy can run. And so I run over there and shut it and everything. And then I asked the neighbor, because he has a doorbell camera, he sends me footage when somebody messes around. So I said, could you check and see if that happened naturally? If my gate opened naturally? Because I'm feeling harassed. He's the one who sent me the footage of the people who were sitting at the end of my driveway filming. And so he went and looked, and he said it was like a big wind thing came in and did it, but it was wacky because it was my gate. Then I had this other fence little thing in front of it because he goes out through the gate and the fence, so I had to put something up to block that. Then I put my trash can in front of it. Then I put the chain around it, and the wind went and knocked all that down, and it swung the gate open. Which, how does it even swing the gate open? It's like there's nothing solid about the gate. It's those the farm fence or farm gate. And then on the bottom part, I have a screen, but it's like a screen just so Stella can't put her face out there or a small dog can't jump through. But this fella, he's just like, why would I jump through? I will go out, push it through. He's like, man, he's so determined to break boundaries. Like, it's like his personality is like, oh, it's very testing to me. I have a lot of tests right now, a lot of tests. So I'm sure we all do. I don't think I'm the only one. So I'm with you. Whatever you're going through, I get you. So let me see. So Iceland, bad, bad, bad. It's like I just saw footage. It was like, I think they had like 4,000 earthquakes or something yesterday. I don't even know. It was extreme. They were just happening one after another, and I saw some footage of an earthquake, and it was like those ones that I talked about that I saw a few months back over, I think in South America somewhere. It's same thing over in Africa is happening too. The land's just totally splitting apart, and so it's like where I'd seen that footage where the people, like the roads were splitting apart and breaking and they were having to jump across as it's shaking and splitting. in violent splits too, not just like a little. No, these were big jumps. There was things falling down through them. It was insane footage. I mean, it was like what the kind of footage a movie would want. It was crazy, and it was scary. And then, so in this footage in Iceland, that was the same thing. The streets are just like freaking fracturing, falling apart and stuff. So and then all the earthquakes, I guess, caused this giant earth or volcano to where they were saying that it seems like maybe the earthquake was erupting under creating the earthquake, and it's the magma pushing the roads up or something. And that they cleared out the whole city that they thought was going to be. I saw a woman in Iceland talking, and she said it's very scary there. She said it's very scary. They're very scared, and they don't know what's next. This makes me kind of feel like I'm gonna start crying. There's a lot of people. And then the footage I saw too, it's so fucking cute. Oh my God, it's so cute. It's so quaint. All these colored houses. It's like, I can't wait till we start building the places like we want. It's just sad. So many people are losing. It's so sad what's happening. So and so the one town that's the most closest to the volcano or something, they cleared all of the people out. And she said all the people are in safe places. They're either with family members in other places, or they are in housing shelter places that they put up. And I don't know over there how much the NWO controls them and stuff. So I don't know if they have any fear of camps or anything like that. That I don't even know if Iceland's on the other map. It seemed like to me when I had looked, it was either Greenland or Iceland. It was still there because I was thinking, oh, that place is still there. But I don't know. I'd have to go and look again. I didn't look this morning. I was too busy cleaning up pee and stuff. Making my $150 cup of tea. Hold on just a second. Let me drink some of it. Hold on. So, it's just sad, because everybody puts their, tries to make a home. And everything is a threat. Everything, our lifestyles, our home, our safety, everything. It's all for, it's because it was all dependent on other people. Other groups had control. So it all has to fall apart, I guess. So, confirmation. Or was it the tea? So, okay, let me think for a second. So she said that they were all in safe places and stuff. So, look, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's going to be some stuff going on in Iceland that's scary. That fire that I saw get started yesterday, I guess it took down it was either the 110 or the 10 in LA. It was a big, giant disaster fire that went all day long. The firefighters were trying to put it out. Like, roads have collapsed. It's closed indefinitely, and that's a major thoroughfare kind of, like, like when you're in LA, there's so much, because you're all over the place. So you got all these freeways. So if you're out in this area, you got this freeway coming in. You're out in this area, you got this freeway coming in. You're out in this area, you got this freeway coming in. So you got all these freeways coming. And so then the closer you get into town, there's always these where they're all crossing over. You get on this one to go that direction. So there's all these crossing overs. And so the 110 and the 10 were, both of those are major ones that people use all the time. They get horrible traffic. So it makes sense that, that they're going to fuck with those, because that's what, I mean, it's just kind of weird, you know, when you see this video yesterday morning of a guy, and it was around this time, so middle of the night morning, still dark out morning. I think it was a little later than this. I think it was more like around 4 or something. Maybe 3, I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. I don't fucking remember. Every day, I swear to God, it's just like, and I'm just to the point of like, it doesn't matter, time doesn't matter, it doesn't matter the day, it doesn't matter, it's just stay with the event. So the, when I'd seen it, you know, it was still dark out. It was showing, and you see the fire, and that's why I said it was really dark. But you could tell there was just like a lot of stuff down there, but it didn't seem like homeless. It seemed like a junkyard under the bridge. Like everybody just dumps there or something. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was a business that had a place under there or what. If I was there and hearing their local news, I'd probably know more, but I'm only seeing like little clips of things. And so in that footage, you know, that the guy is speaking Spanish, and I keep trying to think that even on his little thing, a lot of people are putting flags on their thing, like mine, I have my name and a little blue butterfly, because that's matters to me, because this is about transition. Blue butterflies have been a part of my signs and stuff since the beginning. And so I have a little blue butterfly, and it represents transition, because it's like a phoenix. It's like coming out of the caterpillar, and I've been in a transition through my healing. So the blue butterfly represents to me when I'm, you know, but people are putting these flags like that's what represents them. This flag is like, you guys need to start understanding the fucking flags. Ooh. But so, anyways, he put one of those on, and he's speaking Spanish, and he's down in this fire right when the very first started, showing the footage. Like, it really is weird. Like, is he showing, like, look what we did today, or get ready, people, or look what I found? I don't know. It was odd. And so, especially when we know that people are going around starting these, and especially when we know we have groups from different countries that are here to instigate trouble and to take us down from the inside. So it all just seems a little suspect. I don't know. So, anyways, that fire blew up and turned into a giant disaster there. But that is what everything is meant to do, cause, you know, block off that road. I mean, that's something that they do all the time. Let's keep, and just on the frustration level alone, if you're in traffic and then you have a set way that you go all the time, and then all of a sudden you got to go other ways. People who are just very regimented, very just on autopilot. Then that's the lower chakras. And that is when they're reactive and everything, because that's when you're in your pain. Your pain is down in your root. And so when you're not moving up the chakra system and you're down in that chakra area, you're just reactive. You're just it's like you're in survival mode all the time. And so you're just on autopilot. You're just like going. And then all of a sudden you're going and you're just doing your regular thing. You're just like on your hamster wheel, and all of a sudden something's like in your way. It's like, it's very frustrating. I mean, that's going to cause a lot of chaos. And that's not even to Monday yet. Monday when the traffic starts to go, because I feel positive that's the main one to get right into LA. So anyways, oh gosh, my legs hurt. It's fucking rain. It's fucking never fucking stops. The fucking rain over here either. I'm so fucking sick of it. I'm not in a good mood, obviously. Okay, hold on, let me drink some water. But you gotta feel your moods, man. Yesterday, I said something to my daughter, you know, and she's like, I'm sorry. And I said, I'm just venting. If I don't vent, I might blow a top. I might blow, you know, you can't, you'll combust. You gotta vent. So, you know, you gotta be honest with what bothers you. You gotta be honest about how you feel about things. You can't pretend. Maybe, well, you know, a good person would never get mad. A good person would never do this. A good person wouldn't cuss. A good person, I'm like, fuck that. I'm a good person. I do whatever the fuck I want. So, You know, to me, you got to be honest about what bothers you. Otherwise, you're a fucking phony. So, um, one of my key phrases, so, I'll just get a t-shirt, so, my little link. Okay, so, because it was another thing, too, I had seen, this earthquake, the fire, all the fucking people trying to bust in and go into those places, like the chaos, like I don't even know what's gonna go on today. My daughter goes home from San Francisco, and I was like, I'll be so glad when you get home safely. And she's like, I know. I was like, no, I still gotta go on the flight, and it's so weird. It's weird outside. The sounds I'm hearing in the sky are just fucking spooky. It's weird. I mean, it's so fucking weird. In the footage I'm seeing that people are sharing of the sky, it's wild. But so I asked her, I said, well, what was San Francisco like? Did you see any craziness? Was it chaotic or anything? And she said, no, it was real calm. So, I don't know. I don't know. Next week, so this week coming, is supposed to be another huge storm coming in on the West Coast. It's supposed to be here like the 15th or 16th. And I think it's supposed to hit over by California, which I don't know how, what it's going to do up here. But these earthquakes over in Iceland, that they have a reverberation. All the activity over there will have a reverberation over here. I know there was earthquake in Texas. I don't know in LA right now how many is going on. Last week, I saw a girl pop up and she's like, there's been 4 earthquakes today, blah, here, 4.2, 5.6, in California. So I know that there's movement over there in the tectonic plates, because that's the big one for us over here. Like Iceland, they've got their stuff to worry about, but over here, we have ours. And, this side of the coast is falling over in the ocean, so we gotta find concern, because this shit is going down. And then how many of the people over in California, like, even when these things keep happening, freeways going down and protests turning into, I don't know, violence. I know there's been a lot of violence. Even at that one where the guy was showing, he said, and we have the anti ones right over here. And so you got the protesters and the ones protesting against them. But the thing is that it's a setup. It's like the ones that it's a setup, you guys. This is to get you in the middle of a fight. You guys all just go out like, oh, look, we're a part of this. Yeah, we're a part of this. It's like, do you really are you just looking for something to distract yourself? You're just looking for something to stand for. You're looking for something to be important about. You're looking for a reason to hang someone else's flag on your your social media shit. It's wacky, man. Like we have no control over what goes over there. I mean, even right now while they're doing all this stuff, they're just putting things through, like their laws or whatever, without any say from us. They're sending over more money here. We're gonna go over there. We're gonna go do a BOMB over here. We're gonna do this. We're not gonna tell y'all that. We're gonna, they're doing their own thing. And the people here trying to be like, well, we're gonna go out and stand. We want a ceasefire. And we're telling our government we want a ceasefire, so we're gonna go march with these people who are marching in our land for their freedom or something. Like, because they're not just marching up against, they're not even just like wearing the colors. Like, you could wear a t-shirt that represented your alliance. If you're all about that place, you could wear a t-shirt that represented it. But they all have these flags all going that don't represent freedom, for sure. That it's wacky, man. It's wacky. The thing that's wacky is how many people just don't think. They just go do whatever, go with the flow, what you're supposed to do. But the flow they're going with is going to run them into a wall, because they don't have insight. they're not paying attention. They don't, like, hold on. It's already cold. So, a lot of powder at the bottom. And that stupid fucking little, so my $28 little thing of powder that came with a little stir. And the stir broke after 3 times of using it. It's like where I said, oh, well, that would probably be worth the $28, I guess, because it's this little fancy stir, and you push the button, and it stirs your powders real quick. It's broke already. It's like, I thought it was really cool. So now I want one, because it really whisks up those powders and kind of with the hot water, so then you don't drink so much just powder at the end. So, okay, let's see. Yesterday I did sew something. It was, the neighbor asked me, she's like, do you still have a sewing machine? And I was like, yeah. And then she's, because we bought a pair of jeans for our husband, and they ripped, and they're too expensive to just throw away. They're new. If I wouldn't mind sewing them. And she said it's ripped by the pocket. So I'm thinking, it's probably not a sewing thing I could do on a sewing machine. But I was like, yeah, sure. And so she gave it to me, and I had to sew it by hand. And so I sewed it and everything, gave it back to them. And they appreciated it. And they'd offered to pay me and stuff. And I'm not going to take payment, but I did say, could I have some rocks? Because I have a shit ton of rocks. I'm going to have to do my whole fucking fence line for a little fucking jackassery. And so, but what I was, the point while I was doing it, while I was thinking is just look at this stuff. Like, I'm 62, and, for me, I think a lot of us who were around my age, we were still in that group that were taught skills. Like, we had home ec at school. They taught us to sew, they taught us to sew, they taught us to type, they taught us to cook. I mean, they taught boys how to do wood shop and work on tools. They taught how to, all sorts of stuff. Like, we were being taught things. And then, they took that out of schools. And I don't know, parents stopped doing it. That was one thing I noticed. I talked about a long time ago, that when I would go to the thrift stores, how many people they'll get some new shirt and then a seam will come out because they're not sewed good. I mean, these people who are sewing our clothes are like on gunpoint. They haven't slept in 2 days and they're sitting there sewing. So yeah, they're not all made real great. But a seam will come out, just a seam. Now that's very sewable with a sewing machine. It's like a 2-second job. It's nothing. And they just get rid of it. They throw it away. They don't know what to do with it. I'm sure we've got so many perfect clothes that are thrown away in the garbage, that are filling garbage dumps. There's a new, I've seen a couple of really cool people. And this is the innovative things that people, everybody's got things that they're bringing to the table. But this guy, his was go start taking all of these fabrics, all of the old fabrics that are being discarded, and then cleaning them all really thoroughly, then tearing them all apart, taking them back to the thread, reweaving them back into a thread, and then making new clothes out of them. It's like ingenious. And then there's another girl, and she's over in South America, which I had said, they have to take all of our plastic bottles and stuff. I think it's like, it's real fucked, because it's like the people don't even know the deals that governments make. It's like, don't give them any, they don't have their own glass over there, say, but we have glass, but the government's doing this. And so they make sure that they won't have it, but we'll buy it from you guys. And so we'll buy your used glass. Well, we'll sell you our used glass, but you have to take all of our used plastic bottles too. So they'll send them over, a ton of glass bottles and a ton of plastic bottles. Well, how much plastic bottles do you think that is? So the footage I had seen before, it's like their streets are just littered in some places that they do this. People have to walk through bottles. They're just bottles everywhere. It was like a fucking flood of bottles. This one footage I saw, it was disgusting. I felt shame, man. I was like, I'm not fucking using any more plastic bottles. This is disgusting. And it was a documentary I saw, fuck, way back. Because I was talking about this shit such a long time ago and people just wouldn't listen. It was probably around 2012 or something when I saw that. When I started telling people like this recycling is bullshit, the dog food is bullshit, what they're doing with the garbage is bullshit. It was like there's all these documentaries I was seeing. And I think I was seeing them on Netflix. I don't remember, but it seems like I was. And one was about garbage for sure. The pet one, I've seen more than one pet one. But I swear, I don't know. There's some good documentaries, I guess, on there. There's one, I guess, right now that's a big case that just settled. And I don't know what it is because I just saw the footage of the people getting their settlement in court. And they got $220 million. And the suit was against a corporate entity, and I can't think of which. I don't know, it was a Cigna or something. Seems like it was a medical. Like, it wasn't, what's the one that starts with a K? It wasn't that one. I can't think of the word. But a lot of people are into that insurance. It's a K. It's so funny, too, when that one very first started. It used to be like Blue Cross and stuff like that, and then all these other ones started. But when that started, it was the HMO. And so, and I was in California, and somebody got that on their insurance. Somebody got it on their insurance, and they had to start going to, God, I keep hearing it kind of, but I can't. And it was a medical thing, and so they had to start going to there for their medical stuff. They couldn't go to these other places anymore. They had to go to their facilities for this HMO. And then now that insurance that was that is like a whole insurance. Kaiser, that's what it is, Kaiser. And I don't know if everybody has to go, if it's an HMO, you can only go to a Kaiser facility. But that's how it was before. And then there started being these HMOs, PPOs, and all that stuff. They just started going whacked out on this stuff because it's all a fucking scam. And then, but it wasn't Kaiser. And it didn't seem like it was Cigna or something, but it was some kind of medical place. Maybe it was Mayo Clinic or something. But so I don't know what happened. It seemed like the woman was an employee and they drove her to commit suicide. I'm not sure what the whole story is, but it's a documentary on Netflix. Because when I was like seeing the thing, and I was like, $220 million. What the hell did this place do? And so I went to go look, Google it and see. And I was thinking that because it was these two people, I was thinking it must have been something happened to their child. But it's a brother and sister, and it happened to their mom. And whatever it was. So it's on a documentary, and I don't have Netflix, but I'm curious now. I might have to go and read more. Like, what did they do to this lady? That these kids won $220 million. Like, fuck. It's crazy. Especially if you've ever gone into, like, I've been in a malpractice suit before, and it's fucking bullshit, man. And, of course, I didn't win. And you know, it's wacky, too. It's so fucking corrupt. Because even after it ended, this guy, one of the jurors, found me on Facebook and asked for my daughter's information. Because my daughter, three of my daughters testified. And so he wanted her number. And I told my lawyer, and they're like, that's totally, you can't do that. And, but he didn't side on my side. They all thought I was lying. I was trying to screw over the hospital. And the hospital just lies and lies and lies. Everybody they pulled up, like, so I never, even before I ever went to this, I thought going and putting your hand on the Bible. I swear I'll tell the truth. Really, in a godless society, we put our hand on the Bible and we say, I swear to God. Well, and you don't believe in God. Like, it's fucking wacky. How many people in our society believe in God? And let's go have them go stand and put their hand on the Bible and swear to God. I swear to God. It's like fucking Laura Linney and the fucking Truman Show. It's fucking bullshit, man. So, let me think what I was going to say next. What am I going to say next? So, what the fuck was I saying a second ago? The medical. Oh yeah, winning that big case. And just curious over what the hell could have happened. And another one that now people are talking about again is the lady who was burned on the coffee. I don't know why this one's going around again, but that one was severe. Like I had to study that in nursing school. And it was severe. And when I just saw someone bringing it up again and talking about it, somebody else was stitching it because stitch battles are on. And she was saying that this really was severe. She was in business school and they had to study this case. And yeah, anybody who had to study that case knows it wasn't what the news was saying. It was extreme. And whatever the coffee that they gave her was way beyond just a hot coffee. And it spilled on her leg, and all her skin was gone. It was deep, 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 and in her wound did not heal good. It was huge too. It was grisly because that was the kind of stuff we had to see. Because I was in nursing school, it was gruesome, and it was like, fuck, she deserves some fucking money. And then how much time it took her to, it was horrible. And I don't think she won. They made like it was a joke. And but that's the media because the media is a part of the corporation that is trying to protect itself. It's that arm of the protection of the beast is the media. So it's all about manipulation and stuff. And then the school things. I just saw this lady who was talking to somebody. She was being interviewed, and she said, somebody keeps growling, socialism and Marxism and stuff is what's going on here because, and she was explaining stuff. She was saying, the way that they are getting kids to go against their parents, trust your teachers, trust the government, don't try, they're doing this on purpose, which is working because I noticed it. I talked about it when I very first started doing this. And I said, it's mind-blowing that the government has more say in my kids' ears than I do. Even having a nursing license and working in that field and telling them when all the sickness started, when everything I was telling them, and they kept telling me, nope, I was lying, I was wrong, I didn't know what I was talking about. The government did. And I kept saying, no, they're lying. Oh, yeah. And now all of these things, now they are being found all over in the ocean. They're twisted around animals. They're horrible. Just like the same thing is with when they started figuring out about straws and about those plastic things that hold like sodas and stuff. So it's the same thing happening now with all those. They're everywhere, and they are killing animals and destroying the planet. But we gotta have them. We gotta keep ourselves safe. I keep seeing these people now who, like a Stitch War. Isn't food just tastes so weird now? Like something's wrong with food. It's so weird. And then the Stitch battle comes on, and it's like, that's because of the Dovik, you guys, because that's what it does to your taste buds and stuff. So it's not anything about the food. Don't think anything about it. It's not anything about awakening to this reality or anything like that. It's because your flesh and blood body is affected by the sickness. It's affected by the sickness if you believe it's affected by the sickness. It's whatever you believe. Whatever you put in your little sweet head, that's what it is. It's your reality. So, and that's why you need a lot more reference, a lot more resources to make said reality choices, as far as I'm concerned. But so many people's like, well, I don't want to look at that. Well, I don't want to think about that. Well, that's somebody else's. Well, they say that. I'm not going to listen to that. Well, it's like, well, That's where you get to see in yourself, you know, your own biases. They'll be coming up, swinging their big hard dick right in your face here real quick. So all the biases will be bitch slapping you all through it. And you got to see. You got to see your own biases. You got to see what held you back, what holds you back, what is it that keeps you, you know. And it's not like it's bad. It's not like you're a bad person. It is a protective maneuver. It's like you're trying to protect yourself because you're in lower chakra, because you haven't healed yourself. You haven't moved up. You're not at the same kind of feeling. You're just still in survival and trying to protect yourself. And like this world is fucking hard as fuck, man. It's so fucking hard. So hard. So fucking dark. And people just don't realize on the level of how it affects you. And, but once you do see and you do the healing, I'm telling you, it changes the game, man. Changes it so much. But that doesn't mean it's not constant challenges. Like, fuck, I'm under some major challenges right now. So it's, but it's how you maneuver through them. And you know, last night, I've lost my temper quite a few times with those jackaroo. You know, it's like, so I gotta see myself. Like, okay. One thing is, like, girls, I'm always saying that they're always pushing me to work on patience. And then something comes in that really pushes them to the extreme. It's like, okay, I can see. I still got ways to go. Because this gets me fucking steamed. Like, fuck. I'm gonna fucking blow up. God damn. Like, who could think a little tiny dog could push you so fucking hard? It's like, god damn, dog. Oh. But, you know, you're pushing me that. The things I really feel that are pushing on me right now for my lessons are definitely patience and boundaries. Same things. Always judgment, patience, and boundaries are the things that are always highlighted in my lessons. I'm always seeing that. I'm always going to bed asking, show me what I need to see. Make it clear what I need to do, what I need to see. Because I want to heal it. I want to be open. I want to see myself. I know the benefits from it, from letting go and healing that stuff. And then I know the challenges of becoming better. It's being so mindful. And there is so much, you know, especially when you're around somebody who is at the point of like cannot control. I mean, everything's out of control. I can't control my emotion. I can't control anything. And knowing that that's the mastery, knowing that that is someone else has control of your mind. You got to pull it into you so you can reel it in, so you can find your control. And you got to use things like positive thoughts, breathing. There's all sorts of techniques you got to figure out, you know, coping skills, techniques to keep you in the place you want to be. It's not like you can just go and put yourself there and just sit there and stay, you know, like these love and light people want to try and push that. Like, you just go there and you just stay in your happy place. Just stay in your happy place. It's like, and I don't know how in the hell. I think a lot of them are being pushed really hard and probably are losing it. Especially because then they start panicking. Oh my God, you're bringing down my vibration. How am I going to ascend? I got to stay on my high vibration and meet with the earth. It's like, you can't stay on a high vibration unless you heal it. That's the only way to stay up there. So then the universe is giving you things to help you stay up there, but you don't want to deal with the things that make you feel sad. You just want to focus on what the light is. And so you're not really raising your vibration. You're just trying to stay using just those, what are they called? I just swear to God, I just said it too. Just like the positive affirmations. Like, use affirmations. And they think that, like, using affirmations, just keep positive thinking, positive thinking, positive thinking, and you raise your vibration, and now you're going to ascend because the earth is ascending. It's like, well, you've got to, everything that comes to you, that comes up, is for you to look at, for you to see, for you to grow. Like, fuck, man. If I was one of these people who was sitting there, well, I did my healing all that time ago. It's like, it's nonstop. It's nonstop. And then the things that come in to challenge you are harder than the last thing because you're supposed to have healed and gotten to the next place. So then you can push in harder. So, you know, when I'm working on my patience, and then the challenges come in harder and harder, just like a video game. Just like when you level up in a video game, the challenges come in harder and harder and harder. And so you have to do your level up. You have to do your work, heal whatever it is that's bothering you, not look away, pretend like it's nothing, don't think about it, go get a drink, go out with your friends, start some drama, you know, all the bullshit that people do. Then you take that thing and you heal it. Then you usually get a period of time where it's like, oh yeah, I feel good. And I think that's the little window where people are like, fuck, you know, fucking I'm the leader out here. Like, I'll fucking life coach everybody. Like, it's crazy because I just saw Mama Tot yesterday, right after I had just said too about her just bouncing back. Her son's murdered. She's just bounced back right out there. There she was yesterday, popped up on my thing and showing this cute jumpsuit, and then has to turn around and how's it look on my butt? Look at everybody, how's that look? And then there's other girls who copy that. There's this other girl who I don't even know. When I started, she must have been saying something before because I started following her. So she must have said something of value. And it was weird because she looks so much like this other girl. But then I started seeing like, oh, these are two separate girls. This isn't the same girl. But I followed them both. And one of them is in Florida. And she's way more on it. She's way more, knows what's going on and talks about it and talks about stuff. And this other girl, I don't know what she used to talk about because I wouldn't have ever followed her if this is what she was doing. But then when the TikTok shop, all of a sudden, I don't know, because I ignore all their fucking bullshit. Their fucking creator tools and stuff. Stick it up your fucking ass. Like, fuck. If they think I would support them, they're fucking off their goddamn rocker. Like, go look at my fucking page right now at the views. Like, they can fuck the fuck off. It's, what the fuck? And, but these people who are just desperate to become famous for wearing somebody's jumpsuit, I guess, is, or lip syncing, that's a big one. And it's like, dude, if the lip syncing contest was on, most y'all would not make the cut. Like, just give it up, or practice more before you put it right out there, because you're not gonna you maybe go viral for being idiotic. Like, it's embarrassing. God, look at how judgmental I am. See? So judgmental. I told you that's one of my things I have to work on. But it's my judgment that gets me to see so many more things that other people don't see. Because I notice things. I notice people's behavior. I just notice things. And so this one girl is just like, oh my God, every fucking video is wacky. It's like, how do you turn your life into a commercial? Like, that's really like, and I think that they feel very driven. Like, they're really, you know, they're making it work. They're making it go. I was like, well, I just bought this. It's like, how many things are you buying to promote? Like, are you getting the money back for how much stuff you're buying to go out there and show? So you get, you know, $1 for showing it, whatever it is. Maybe it's 10 cents. There's something, I guess, Square, Etsy's been falling apart. Etsy's been showing. I knew Etsy was corrupt for a long time because I had already used Etsy. People who are getting stuff off Etsy are getting hacked. Square has shut down their stuff. They won't give people their money into their accounts. They're put their money on hold, which is part of the whole financial collapse. There's no money to shift around in some parts. There's nothing there. There's holes. There's like 2 systems running. And so, so Square's not giving people their money. And let me think of the other one. There's more stuff going on with the banks and stuff. All that, it's all going to keep falling apart. Let me think, because what was... But anyways, so these girls who are out there doing these commercials all the time. So if you spent $150 so that you could get the things, the supplies to come, so that you could show them to do your commercial, so you could get, I don't know what their amount of money that they get back for this stuff, but it cannot be anywhere near the $150. It's not like you're getting this shit for free.